Hi there, this is Jackie from ESLspeaking.org. Today I'm going to talk about my favorite podcast for English learners. First of all though, why listen to podcasts? Because extensive listening is where it's at. Extensive listening is when you listen to something a lot or listen to a lot of material that's at a slightly lower level than where you're at. So don't listen to something too difficult because you'll feel frustrated, you'll have to stop it every 2 seconds. The key is something that you can just listen to and understand probably like 60, 70, 80% of it. So don't choose something too difficult. Extensive listening is one of the best ways to improve your English grammar and also your English vocabulary. You could actually listen to almost any podcast because on your podcast player, there is a setting. You can do it 3/4 speed or half speed. So chances are you could listen to just a lot of normal podcasts at 3/4 speed or half speed. And as long as the people speak quite clearly and slowly and don't use a bunch of slang, you could probably understand that. However, I don't recommend listening to it at 1/4 speed, because it'll be it is too difficult to listen to. So half speed is the slowest I would go. And if that's still too difficult for you, then that podcast is too difficult for you. So I recommend choosing another one. But for example, one podcast that I like is This American Life. They speak very slowly, clearly. It's well edited. So I think you could probably try it at 3/4 speed or half speed, and you might understand enough of it. The second recommendation I have is the Learn English podcast from the British Council. So the British Council are experts at teaching English and learning English. So they put out a very good podcast for English learners. There's episodes for all the different ranges of levels on a bunch of different topics. All right, the next recommendation I have is English Class 101. There are hundreds of things you can listen to, again, at all different levels and all different topics. All right, the next recommendations I have are Voice of America Learn English and BBC 6-Minute English. So these are kind of more news and current events focused, and they're kind of more for like intermediate or advanced learners. They're both free and they're both excellent. And the final recommendation I have for advanced learners is the Feel Good English podcast. It focuses not on learning English or not on news, but it focuses on self-improvement. So if that's something you're into, you might love this podcast. And it is designed for English learners, so hopefully you can understand most of what you're hearing. All right, so those are my podcast recommendations for English learners. I hope you find one that's useful for you. And please be sure to check out my book, Advanced English Conversation Dialogues. I'll put the link up there. And please leave your favorite podcast down in the comments. Bye, everybody.